Okay, so this is the walk around of my Toyota Coaster motorhome. We did another video where we showed all the features, but we've really just renovated it. So I'm going to walk you through and show you the features now. This is our bag strap, very handy when you got stuff. We put this in as part of the renovation we've done over this last couple of months. This allows us to have power on the outside. So now I can plug in a kettle there. We've got our power inlet as normal. We've got our fold down table. We've got our pull out barbecue. Need to give that a bit of a clean. Down. Walking around here, this is one of the things that we've put in now recently. This is a shower, and I'll show you how this goes. There's our shower, and this is hot and cold water, so when we go to the beach we can just simply pull that out, open that up, and we give ourselves a shower. The benefit of that is that all the water, all the sand, it's all kept at the back, so that's very handy. Let's keep my keys here. Our kitchen is a little bit messy, but that's exactly the same as what it was before, and I'll take you through and show you that. So here's our back door. We just use these pull down roller curtains like this, and then that's closed. Here's our water meters. So they count down from 50 and they tell us what our waters are, so we know how much water. Here's our kitchen once again, perspex window there, so that's good. We've got some cupboards up the top, and I've got some storage up here as well. So I'll just turn on the bathroom. On the bathroom we've got our reflective perspex mirror, so we've got a full body mirror. We've got storage down in these two, underneath the sink and all the rest. And we've got our cabinets here. I put these little locks on so they don't go flying open. Push it in. There we go. Pots and pans. Moving around, I'll show you the bathroom. So our bathroom, we've got a storage area underneath there for all our chemicals, extra toilet paper, things like that. We've got our composting toilet, which doesn't really work as a composter. So now we just basically put a bag in. When it gets full, we just chuck it in the bin. It's a lot quicker and easier because, you know, it gets full within 2 days of having 4 people in a bus. So it's not going to compost. It's not going anywhere. It's easy to bag it, double bag it, chuck it in the bin, start again. It does have a separator, so that works very well. We've got our hot shower here, mirror, curtain, holder, exhaust fan, and solar fan up there too, lights, so that works well. All the water goes down the drain. Moving along, we've got a whirly bird at the back here, just keep airflow going, CO2 sensor, smoke alarm, a little cubby cabin in here, and I put a light in here so you can see that. That helps. And we also have another cupboard here which I redesigned, so I've got some electricals in there, PlayStation, set-top TV, CB, battery charger, fuse board, USB ports, and then my toolbox down the bottom. So that's part of the renovation that we did. I also put in this here so I can switch between what comes out of the main TV, and I put in some nice lights here too, so CB radio, hall lights, which is good. Our fridge here, 136 litres, we're just cooling that down, takes a couple of days to get cold. Our microwave as standard. Air conditioner on the roof, once again we use that when we're plugged in. When we're not plugged in, we use our fan on the fantastic sort of fan where it sucks and pulls air through the vehicle. Definitely helps keep it cool. We've reused the mirrors from last time. They look good and they just bring a bit of light in. What we've added this time is we've added some fans, and these are the quietest fans you can get. 3-speed with timer, so very, very good. We've reupholstered the walls. We've got our drop down screen and also curtain. So one side screen, one side's curtain, so they're very quick to assemble. We've reupholstered this wall too, so this is actually padded marine grade vinyl just there, and we've got our clock now, which is really good. Put in some nice white speakers, and we've done that on both sides. Some of the changes we've really made on this bus is the bed.
Putting this into a couch and putting this into a bed.
Okay, so that's the couch, and now let's show what's underneath. So let's take this off.
Yeah.
Let's put this up here. And just take that off. So this is our annex here. This is where we're now storing our annex, and we've got some electricals here. This is basically so we can plug in our screen projector and just put it out there. There's our screen projector, and we can put the annex up and actually do a big movie night. We've got our floor mat. Underneath here is all the annex, all the materials, all the poles, everything's in there. So we can build the outside into a complete room, which hopefully I'll show. I'll put some gas struts on this, so this actually works quite well. Hands away. Down it goes, and up it comes. Alright, so can you put the cushions back on and show how it turns into a day seat?
Okay, so this is a bed.
So I upholstered all these myself with a industrial sewing machine.
At the side.
Yep. Can you
sure
push
that
it?
the zip is not facing upwards, so this faces downwards, and then we have a nice cushion.
So we have a day seat. So if it's cold or something, we can, or if it's cold raining, we can still sort of eat in here. We've changed some of the air vents to complete black ones, specially ordered. We've remodeled a few things. One of the Hang on, we'll get there. One of the things we had a lot of trouble with, and that was we had a fold-out lounge bed. I'll put the link in the description down below of the previous video. We had a fold-out lounge bed, and where I'm sitting here was actually a double bunk for the kids, but it only came up to about here, and the problem was that it was a little bit small for them, and a bit claustrophobic on the bottom one. So what we did is we came up with these marine style bunk beds, which are actually wider at the top, and then they come down here, so your feet side of things, you get less room at your feet but more at the top. The height here is a good 400 even with the mattresses, so that's a little bit more than you actually get for the military, so that's definitely a nice thing. So these bunks, I've introduced a step here and a hand railing for the top one. That allows my daughter to be able to climb up there quite nicely. These cushions are made out of memory foam, and underneath the memory foam there's a very firm foam, so you don't feel the base at all, and that's been quite comfortable. Now with the frames, we had to custom make this whole frame and then get it powder coated, put it all together, make it up from nothing but a drawing. I did get a quote and they wanted a couple of $1,000, so, and then plus the cushions and all the rest. So if I was to get it made, probably $4,000, but we were able to get it made for probably $600 or $700 because we did it ourselves. So that's how it's looking. It allows people to go walking through without any problems. We also have some extra storage underneath. We made it so we could actually slide a mattress out, so that if we wanted to accommodate a fifth person, we could just pull that mattress out and they could actually sleep on the ground in the middle here. But that's probably not necessary at this stage, and it'll probably end up being storage. So just looking at the bunks over here, so that back wall has been reupholstered. That's marine grade vinyl here. This is marine grade vinyl here with the nice piping, and they took a lot of work to sew up. Just looking over here, I'll just show you some of the benefits of this bed. So these are all brand new here, these fans. These are the Scirocco fans. They rotate, they go this way, they go that way. Okay, stop touching, I'll show it. So this one here is USB, so we've got a twin USB port there, 2 amps, so you can charge your phone. Each bunk has one. This one has one, this one has one. We have the fan here, so we just push that fan, and then we have a light here. So we have a light here. We have the same down here, so it's constant, so that's like a book light, so you could actually get some light, read a book if you wish. So that's quite a nice feature there, and that's the same down here as well. On the top bunk here, if you could simulate some of these for me, Lee, can you show me this light here? Do you know where the switches are?
Yes, switches are right here.
Okay, so flick them on.
So this.
Okay, that's our USB. Yep.
And then this.
Yep. Fan, let's test that. Yep. And that's a rotating one too.
And this is the
light. Turn that on. Okay, so that's nice there as well. Okay, so moving on to the kids' seats. I showed them in the last video. Everything's kind of stayed the same there. I haven't made too many changes there. We have the pull-down curtain. I've moved the fan up there too. They do have air conditioning, but I put the fan there because we had it. And with this air conditioning duct, I've actually blocked the air conditioning duct so that we get more back pressure now, which is good. This is the smallest bunk, and I left the air conditioning duct in there, which I might remove later on. But if you could just simulate sleeping there. Just simulate sleeping.
Like at the side?
Yeah, that's it. So it's perfect for a child. These two here are more suited for the adults. You know, it's better to put the heavy stuff at the bottom rather than the heavy people at the top. That way, if anything falls, you've only got a small child falling on you, not a heavy person. The air vent up the top, you turn it, it opens the roof, air comes sucking through, so that's going to be blowing air down here, and that's going to be nice in summer. A little bit of Perspex mirror there just to bring in a bit of light. Our TV, USBs down there as well. Some of the changes I've made is, if you can see this here, this is an armrest, and I put that on because I was always getting a sore arm on the door panel, and I cut down the little compartment there because it digs into your leg. We've got our GPS and reversing camera, our cradles, CBs as normal, same as before. One of the things I did put on, and I modified these seats, was to do these armrests. Now we've got armrests which will make it a lot more comfortable for the drive. Behind here I just keep, we've got a blow up boat now, which is very handy, and these noodles here are for the annex. They just need that, so that's handy as well. We also redesigned the cupboard. Are you comfortable in there?
Yeah. Okay,
can you jump out? Okay, it's not a kid cabinet. I'll just turn the light on. So USB's up here too, because this is like a little posi. A little light here so I can see what I've got in this posi. And then I've got my cabinet light down here. So this is where we put all our chairs and stuff, which we quickly grab out. We also did some fancy stuff here where we put this inlay here and a little bit of a basket, which looked quite nice. We put the fire extinguisher in here, which is good.
You can take it out.
You can take it out in case of emergency. We'll put a little hand railing in here. These poles here, you'll probably see them here. You've probably never seen them in such good condition. Reason being is I took these out, dismantled them, sandblasted them, powder coated them, and then put them back, and then custom made some caps for them as well. And then I put the grey handles on, and I also reupholstered this door trim in white marine. Stand back for a second. Here you can see that we've put in the this is the electric motor to open the door. We've always had it, but it was always old, rusty and yucky, so once again I dismantled it, powder coated, made it look good. One of the things I changed from the last time was this power distribution board. This is the main emergency off. If anything happens, you switch this, switches everything off. The inverter here, we used to have two systems where it was 12 volt and 24 volt, two big huge switches plus all these little switches. So I made this, and I've inlaid it into this wood here, and then nicely nicely written on it. So if I want to change from solar to plugged in power, I push this one. This tells me my temperature. This is my main on and off. This is a sensor that I'll show you these. So it does a light here, and this is triggered by this sensor right here, and it also does these two lights here. So just enough light to sort of see where the step is. So that's what this one is. Then we've got the outside light, left roof, right roof. So that's just for the roof lights. Main 12 volt. So what I did here is I took away a big nasty switch and I put in a nice little LED switch. So you push that, all the power in the van, 12 volt, turns on, turns off. So that'll be on now until we get home. Our battery meter here, I put this in here. This just basically counts down and tells me what's happening with the battery. Whole heap of numbers there to confuse you. So that's the way it's looking at the moment. So that's the Toyota Coaster at the moment, and it's looking pretty good. Anything else we want to... we're also going to be putting some sort of holders there for our phones too, because we're all going to go to phones instead of using a central TV. Yeah, you can say what you want to say.
Okay, and so we have cupboards, just in case this one's locked, just in case if we need like more room. I have 2 cupboards. This is like all the towels for just in case if we go on like the beach. This is my cupboard. I have 2 cupboards that I don't know what to put them in. And also we have like a microwave and the mini kitchen. What is a Tim Tam? That's it.
That's it. Okay, so down here we haven't changed anything this time around except for we put that shower out the back, and everything's completely workable. We're about to take it out for a trip. We've just been cleaning it, so it's looking pretty good. We're going to give these beds a try. We haven't finished them off just yet. So we haven't slept on them just yet. Yeah.
This is how to climb the bed.
Okay, well I'll hold it.
Okay.
I'll hold it. You can
So
you can demonstrate it.
Okay, so you need to firstly grab onto this. Put your leg.
Other leg. That way. Yep, like getting onto a horse. Yep.
And once you want to get down, you always need to look in the mirror and hold this first. Then you need to make sure that your foot's on this first.
Before you go down.
Yeah, if it's like this, then you're gonna fall and you're gonna hurt yourself.
And that's the safest way. So what do you think of the beds? They look pretty good, don't they?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, let's get ready to take this bus out for a holiday. Thank